You all ready for another story about the end of the world? Well, you may not have noticed it, but at this very moment humanity is going a little, well, extinct. Really. For the first time in history, our species is in decay. A handful of centuries more, and it could all be over. This time, the doomsaying doesn't come from some wacko prophet. No, it's high-ranking UN officials and respected economists that ring this alarm bell. The extinction we're dealing with is locked away in an alarming government reports of an ill-omened scientific statistics. Far too few people read them. Here are the figures. By the year 2100, 83% of all Spaniards will be gone. There will be 86% less Italians, while in Germany only 17% of the population will be left. And how about this one? 3 generations from now, there will only be half as many people as there is today. The doing of some kind of virus or climate mishap? Far from it. This time the extinction goes all by itself. Demographic meltdown is what they call it, or birth collapse, or baby bust. It goes like this. On average, a couple should have at least 2 children to ensure the continuation of the species, or more, 2.1 to compensate for children, 2 or 3 to compensate for children that die early. But all over the world, couples decide to have fewer children. From 2050 on, this will cause the world's population to shrink and shrink until there may be no one left. So why would humanity want to do that? The reasons are manyfold. In fact, quite understandable. In the old days, you needed children to work on your farm and to look after you as you grew older. You need lots of them, because many children died young. But with better health care and with Social Security, all that's changed. You don't really need children anymore. What's more, when you live in a city, children cost you time and money. Besides, more and more women work. They'll have children at a later age and bear fewer children, if they decide to have any children at all, that is. Anti-conception has nothing to do with it. A religious lifestyle doesn't stop the trend either. It's just the course of history that's doing us in. Not impressed yet? Please let me throw some figures at you. At this very moment, the populations of over 60 countries are falling. 50 years ago, women throughout the world on average had 5 children. Today, the average has diminished to 2.7 kids. And all the experts agree on this one thing. That's just the beginning. Obviously, this will change the world we live in completely. Expect a world where everybody's aging, and youngsters and children are becoming rare. Expect empty streets and empty stores. Expect the world economy to come to a grinding halt as there are less and less people around to buy stuff. Expect governments urging their people to have children, for heaven's sakes. Please do. Expect a world where every country is begging third world immigrants and refugees to come over. But then again, no immigrant would come. The statistics show that the baby bust also strikes the poor half of the globe. In Asia and China, birth rates are falling alarmingly fast. In the South Americas, the same story. Africa is the only continent where the birth numbers are still high. But then again, the AIDS epidemic, Ebola, the Ezekiel virus, causes people to die at an earlier age, and this is actually slowing down population growth tremendously. Oh, that's neat, you say. So we're about to join the woolly mammoth. Exactly the sort of thing you want to hear when you thought you'd relax a little while and surf the web, right? Well, here's something to cheer you up a little. In fact, it's very hard to say if the baby bust that's hitting us today will actually bring about the end of the species. With 6 billion people around today, we don't exactly have to wet our pants yet. But then there's this. 70,000 years ago, when humanity was still wearing bearskins and saying, oof, oof, humankind also survived near extinction. Back then, a supervolcano erupted and cut humanity down to a slim total of 10,000. But we survived all that. On the other hand, there's absolutely no indication that the trend will change. With fewer and fewer people around, women will be under even greater pressure to find a job and even have less children. We can be sure about one thing. Women will never ever again voluntarily have themselves locked away in their roles as child attendees and kitchen maids. And then there is that other nagging problem. As we explained elsewhere, in another video, there's a possibility men are becoming less fertile. Just picture it. A world where women don't want to have children and men just can. Now, wouldn't that be a pity?